What's up, YouTubers? This is yours truly, Mr. Steven, and welcome to the Steven Factor. Folks, if you're millennials like me, imagine you've been watching so many good old comedy shows from the good old Fox days, from Martin to Living Single to The Simpsons to Married with Children to Herman's Head to King of the Hill, to Family Guy, to The American Dad, to Futurama, and The X-Files, and so much more that you could remember of. But what about New York Undercover? Now, let me tell you something. New York Undercover was a hit for the past 3 seasons on Fox. But season 4 was completely terrible. And I mean terrible, terrible, terrible. Thank God BET put back some reruns on New York Undercover since a few winters ago. I've been watching it for past 3 seasons. It was great. But season 4 that I just saw tonight with 2 episodes was terrible. It was not the same. I'm not going to review it, but I want to try to say thoughts about it, about this, the 4th and final season of the New York Undercover. The season just left off when Eddie just got blew up by the car bomb. And JC just realized he lost his partner and his best friend. And now everything went change. Nia and JC went to a different unit, meet the 2 new recruits. And let me tell you something. That first episode, 2 episodes, was corny as hell. I've been watching it. These two episodes of the 4th season of New York Undercover was corny as hell. And it was bad. And I mean really, really bad. The fans didn't see it coming. And even the new Lieutenant Malcolm Baker, and he's been played by Tommy Ford. And as you may know, Tommy Ford, who plays Tommy of the hit TV series called Martin, let me tell you something. With all due respect, I love Tommy Ford. He was a great comedian and a wonderful actor. But the character, as Lieutenant Baker, was not a perfect fit for him. And I really don't know what's his problem, because his character, he have his attitude problems. That's number 1. And number 2, that black man decided to call the shots, not everybody else. And JC and Nina were very pissed off at him during the 4th season. And JC decided trying to stood up to the lieutenant. I mean, it feels like it's like a good guy versus bad guy. Like, JC is a good guy. He knows about what's going on in this uptown city. He knows about all the gangster stuff. But Lieutenant Baker decided trying to do his own ways. He doesn't like their own opinions. It's like a Democrat and a Republican situation, you know. But let me tell you something. That Tommy Ford, as Lieutenant Baker's son, that guy is funny as hell. Dressed as like a pimp disciple, and he wants to do Undercover, and he wants to do Undercover with JC. I mean, really? He wants to do Undercover in the 4th season? I mean, it really doesn't make any sense. Do you think, like, Lieutenant Baker is the leader now? I mean, I used to watch the 3 seasons of New York Undercover. It was completely smooth. It's completely during the urban hip-hop era. And yes, it's all talk about urban hip-hop because The show is all about hip hop with two detectives with a diversity. We have a black African American and a Latino. First time they're working together, and it's like peanut butter met jelly. And and Eddie and JC, they have two wonderful chemistry. And it was a wonderful, wonderful hit for the past 3 seasons. So, anyways, let's go to season 4. Like I said, Lieutenant Baker wants to become a leader, not JC. I mean, if JC want to become a leader and he want to stood up to his old gang, he want to do it his own way. And now Lieutenant Baker said to JC, you have to do this my way. I was like, what? That shit make me laughing. I mean, like, yo, that season 4 was bad for 2 episodes, and during oh my god, this fat guy, he was been shot on the second episode, and you see all the gang are went in there. He heard the first shot, and he turned around and he said, "We got him." And he faded and he's dead. And Lieutenant, oh my god, he is off the raw or something like that. He wants to get rid of the stupid tapes. Nina wants to show the evidence to prove that he's responsible for this. It's too much. It's way too much. I mean, like, I can't stop laughing with the season 4 of New York Undercover. Oh my god. It was so bad because I cannot even stand it. But the question is, whose fault is it? Now, I saw the true story with Unsung Hollywood. It was posted on YouTube, on TV One. And I used to watch TV One, but I just discontinued by the DirecTV because of the contract, so I don't need that anymore. Fox is responsible for this. That's right, it was Fox and Dick Wolf itself, but it's not him. I love Dick Wolf, but Dick Wolf don't understand that what's behind Hollywood in this television industry, okay? Now, the music of the hip-hop era was great. The Natalie's Nightclub was great. Every weekly, at the end of the show, you could see so many hip-hop legends, from Mary J. Blige to Al Green. Who else? Babyface. Ziggy Marley was there. The Temptations was there. Stevie Wonder. This is why that New York Undercover is all about music and hip hop and crime in between, okay? Because if you need a storyline, what's happening in the cold opening, you need a damn hip hop music at the background to see what is happening in this cold opening scene. And after that, there's the intro by the legendary musician by James Mew or James Mutoon. If his last name is my mistaken, I'm truly apologize. I mean, that guy, he's like the next Black Mike Post, with outstanding music at the background. And even the theme song of New York Undercover seasons 1 to 3 was badass. And after that, you see JC and Eddie talk about their personal lives, talk about their family issues, talk about your mama's so fat jokes. That's what show was all about. Diversity, respect, and entertainment. Even so many special episodes like young kids want to become as a man, and will become as a man, or should I say, young kids will become a man, playing with guns, hang out with the wrong crowd. They've been shooting. Oh man, it really makes me cry. And I remember this episode. They put Tupac called "Dear Mama," and this little boy is looking somewhere, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. And these group of young gang decide to shoot that little boy, and they go try to open the casket, and his son, JC's son, wants to carry that gun for his friend, so he wanted revenge. And JC was so frustrated at him, and especially his ex-wife, and it hurts, you know. But let's be honest. I mean, what happens going on today? I mean, it really happens in the reality though, and they need changes. So many mass shootings in America, even Texas, even in Connecticut, Sandy Hook. To be honest with you, yeah, Sandy Hook, and they're everywhere. They're everywhere, to be honest. And I think this New York Undercover changes people's lives. And you can see so many hip-hop, like I said, hip-hop legends. And they put Notorious B.I.G. there, too. They put Notorious B.I.G. in a segment on the Ronda Show. And even some Fox News veterans like Rosanna Scotto and Lynn Brown, also there. There's so many Fox connections. And let's be honest, it was a hit. It was a wonderful, wonderful hit. But season 4 was freaking terrible. They ruined the New York Undercover legacy. Fox did a wrong thing, and especially for Dick Wolf as well. And he knew that, he just realized this is gonna be bad. But during behind the scenes, where I saw Unsung Hollywood, one of the employees from Fox Corporation said that one of the assistants from the producer or something like that, they said to this person, and I quote, do you want to make a show for white people? Do you want to make a show for white people? I mean, for what? Why you want to make a show for white people? New York Undercover is all about diversity. It's all about diversity. We have an African American, we have a Latino, we have the Italian, and we have a Puerto Rican, and we have a urban hip hop legends, music, salsa and merengue, all in between. And you want to tell, one of these producers says, do you want to make a show about with the white people in it? And you want to make the ratings go even higher because they want to see more white people like Law and Order as Dick Wolf's babies and shit. I mean, this is crazy. This is really, really crazy. Even in Living Color, let me tell you something. That show was great. And when Keenen Ivory Wayans made that show so popular, he brings so many diversities, both black and white, and Asian, and Puerto Rican. Keenen Ivory Wayans was a wonderful genius because he wants to bring diversity. It's not all about black people. It's not all about white people. It's diversity. They want diversity. They want to make it better. And when Keenen Ivory Wayans was stepped down as a cast member, but he still become as a creator and the executive producer, guess who's in the lead role in The Living Color for 4 and 5 season? Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is a star of A Living Color. And yes, we love Jim Carrey. I love Jim Carrey because he's a very funny guy. And you know why? Because the producers, this is my theory. Producers wants to put Jim Carrey on the spotlight. And he did because he used to be, he wants to audition on Saturday Night Live back in 1984, but they turned him down. But when he get But you already gave him a second chance on Fox for The Living Color. He made the spotlight. And that's it. He really made a spotlight. So now they did the same thing from New York Undercover. The fourth season was completely shitty. It was funny. And the music, they bring back some classic music, but it's not the same. New York Undercover is not the same. There's no diversity. There's no hip hop. Everything is messed up. And that's it. And let me tell you something. I still love New York Undercover for season 1 to 3. That's it. But season 4, I will continue to watch it. It was a good show, but it is what it is. And you can watch New York Undercover every Friday nights at 9 o'clock through 10 o'clock on BET. Okay, that wraps it up. If you learn more about this channel, just please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell to see one of the latest videos. And also click the like button. This is yours truly, Mr. Steven saying, Dolo para la familia, and thank you for watching the Steven Factor. One love. Peace.